There are thousands of people across the country who are drivers of car hailing services. But within these dire times of the economy, especially when people's disposable income have reduced, what really is happening to them? How also are they making ends meet? How better do they see business based on their own assessment? We're here to also gauge a particular assessment of the views of a particular driver who forms one of the many formative views of many of these thousands drivers who work for these car hailing services. What do they think? We'll be speaking to one particular person. And walking across, I decided to talk to one, and one was willing. We're talking about Wisdom. So Wisdom is willing for us to have a ride with him. And so we booked him, and he's here. So let's see where he'll be. In the meantime, join me on this ride. Well, should I sit here? No, let me try and see whether I can play big man. So I sit behind. Join me on this ride. Oh, very interesting. Let's move. Well, so I'm moving with Wisdom today. We'll get an insight. Okay, so we're already in the car, and this is Wisdom. I have to get closer to him at least to get some of the best sounds to be able to cover this. And so I'll start. Luckily, when I did the booking, I got Wisdom, so that's a good thing about it. So Wisdom is just taking us round for the next 30 minutes to tell us what really he has been going through since he started as a driver with the car hailing services we have. Wisdom, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Now, Wisdom, what can you tell me by way of your experiences so far? Can you speak just loudly for me? How long have you been driving?
Driving or like the ride hailing?
Just doing the ride hailing.
Yeah, I've been driving on Uber since 2020. Yeah, till date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you start first? Which one was the first one? Was it Uber?
It was Uber. Yeah.
Okay. So what came to mind? What compelled you to be a car hailing driver?
Okay, so I was in the corporate, the banking sector clean up. Our business went down a bit, so I decided to do some side business just in case things go down or things get worse.
I see.
So that's how I started Uber.
Oh.
And at the time it was okay.
Okay.
You know, Uber was okay until somewhere 2021. That's when things started getting out of. Apart from the security part, which we had issues with. Now I think it has gone beyond security.
All right.
Now the
we'll talk about the issues of security now.
Okay.
So, which of the institutions were you working? You said bank.
Yeah.
Are you willing to mention the particular bank?
Okay, I was with Enfortix.
Oh, they were one of the other tiers, right? The savings and loans or microfinance or which one?
Yeah, we're actually fintech.
Okay, fintech.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that the banking sector cleanup affected even your fintech company?
Yeah.
What were you doing at?
So what we do, we provide solutions for microfinances, like Page Capital, PayPal, and so on. So when things went down, it affected all of us. That's how business went down for us.
You said you started driving in 2020?
Yeah, I read.
So 2020, how was it like? Did you get your own car or you had to do, is it what do you call it, work and pay? Tell me.
Yeah, we had a work and pay, but actually when I started, I had my own car. Imagine you pick someone, the fare is 40 cedis, you are going to pay someone 13 cedis as a service fee. That means you, the driver, you are going home with how much? That's 27 cedis, right? Which is very bad. And that 40 cedis, that means you are covering more than 12 kilometers.
Wow.
So now it's really hard.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
So what, apart from the service fee, It's the other things like the fuel, the spare parts, etc.
fuel,
Tell
spare
me,
parts.
on a typical day when you have to go and visit your mechanic and do changes, what do you change and what are the prices before when you started and now? Can you just make those comparisons for me?
You know, back then, when you go to a fitting shop, you can pay somewhere 30 cedis for a normal, at least 30 cedis. Bought this car, 23,000. Okay, now this car, you get it a minimum of 65,000. That's the country we are living in. Now
Wow.
the Yaris is 100,000. So imagine you are buying a car for someone. Let's say 3 years back, I bought this car 23,000. I decided to give it to someone to work with. I doubled the price. So that would be how much? For 6,000, right? Registration and everything, let's say 50,000. That person is going to use at least 2.5 years to pay. If the person is paying 400 or 500, let's say even 500, that will be 2 years, right? 2 years down the line, I'm now buying the car for about 65,000.
That's almost like triple or double of it, or triple actually.
So ask if you are making profit.
Say.
Yes. So you are losing, even as an investor. So now nobody is buying car for anybody.
So how do you manage? How do your friends manage then?
Yes, you know that is one thing I keep, because you see this 2023, you hardly see 2023 Uber cars. If you've noticed, you hardly see 2023 cars registered.
I think you are the
as
one
Uber.
averting my mind.
Because it's no longer a lucrative something. It's no more a lucrative business because you can't buy a car 100,000
Yes.
registration and everything. You are let's say 110,000. How much are you going to a home use car? How much are you going to give it to someone to work with? How much is the person going to give you a week? You get it?
So the cars are expensive, I know, mainly because of the duty.
Yes.
Because the dollar has gone up.
The dollar has gone up, duty has gone up, everything. You know, this country, I don't know. Why will this thing, port and this thing be charging dollar when you say we should use CD? You know, so the cars are expensive. I don't know if it's also a way of saying, hey, stop buying home use cars, buy brand new cars, or I don't know.
But it's a question of affordability, is that not it? So how old are you, Wizzy, if you're willing to tell us?
Yeah, I'm 34 now.
You're 34.
Yes.
Are you married, wife and children?
I have kids.
You have kids,
Yeah.
but you're just not.
Yeah.
So how are you able to, at least you're able to look after them, but...
Okay, so fortunately for me, these days I don't drive 24/7, like
Okay.
7 days a week.
Okay.
I do
Some other...
yeah.
Pa.
Galaxy.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
do CCTV cameras, access control, those things. So if I get a contract, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's
So
what
that's how you're able to.
Yeah.
Is the situation worse off for people who are? Is this your own car?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what about those who don't have their own cars? What do they do?
Trust me, you can't survive, especially if you have a kid. You can't survive. You can't. My kids, not if, my kids take 30 cedis every day.
30 cedis to
yeah.
school.
Yeah, to school. Every day that's their feeding fee. Their
Okay.
bus is 20 cedis. Okay, that's 50 cedis, right? If you are paying this, your school fees.
Yes. Because that's
what
minus the school fees.
That's minus the school fees. Yeah, house, utility, whatever, all those things. How are you going to cater for that if you are going home with 150 cedis a day? You see, so
It's difficult.
It's very difficult. And if the car is not for you, and you are taking home 100.
Do you live in your own house?
Yeah, right now I am.
Okay. You're a very hardworking man. So if you have to rent and all that, it means that it's a difficulty.
To be very sincere, now the right hailing is no-go area.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
a no-go area. It's just,
There's nothing else to do.
yeah, if you are home and
Okay.
you have your own car, yeah. That's it.
If there's one advice you have to give somebody who wants to make that option, whether to go into car hailing services, make purchases for work and pay, what's the best advice? Despite all the difficulties that you say the economy is facing as a result, you are facing, that we also all do know that you're all facing. I want to invest in the business. Would you say
Now
What-
investing in car business, especially the ride hailing, if you want my sincere advice, I'll tell you don't.
right?
Yeah, I'll tell you don't. Because like I said, how much are you going to be taking from?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I think I will just bought a car for me. No.
Right. If as we wind up this conversation, if there are 3 observations you've made about the state of the economy, Wizzy, what would they be that you say are greatly affecting the lives of young people? I mean, I keep hearing people say they want to travel out because the economy is not good. But if you say there are 3 things that are currently affecting the livelihoods of young people or ordinary Ghanaians, 3 things on top of your head, what would it be? Is it a lack of jobs? Is it poor health care? Because you travel on roads. Is it poor roads? What is it, Wizzy? Just be sincere.
I won't say it's lack of job because there are jobs.
Okay.
There are jobs. Even this business, like I said, when I started, it was okay. So I don't expect any government to come and say, okay. So what they can do is maybe introduce what's the name? Policies that will help we the locals, because ride hailing came from the beginning. It was okay. Now it's also gone. What do?
Yeah.
You just go outside, go and find some big money, because Ghana is almost as if it's only when you have money that you make money.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so go and find money and come. If you have business idea, come and introduce and be okay. That's what I advise you.
So that's Wizzy, by the way. And Wizzy has been in car hailing services. And right now, the app he's on now is Uber, of course. That's where we booked him on. But he's only been telling us his experiences having been a car hailing driver over the last 3 years. At the time that he started the business, Wizzy says business was so good 3 years ago. Now, because of the deterioration of the indicators of the economy, the business is no more lucrative. Well, we're getting to our destination, but it also means that these are the experiences when we're talking about having a sense of people's own livelihoods on the streets. Well, it's back to the studio.
Oh, they want no fire, oh. What to yem rade? It's a yem out to me.